Merry Christmas! This is our video gift. You will see what happened to Mork. Is now a beast, 130 horsepower, 4x4, 6 gear. Wow, what a beautiful van. But before, I want to bring you into a beautiful place where we spent our Italian summer. So let's see what actually happened in the last months. First things that probably many people will ask, why didn't you buy another van, a new one, a bigger one? Well, for several reasons. The first is financially, because we check out other vans. It's not that we didn't, but it seems a little bit too expensive. And yes, doing all this work on Mork, it will be less expensive because, well, there's a thing, because of the Italian channel that I run on YouTube, I get a lot of interest, and there are some companies that, let's say, sponsor us. Nobody give us money, but they give us some discount and some free products that we can put in the van. So that's the thing. And also the mechanic and the company that will rebuild the interior of Mork, I will have some kind of good prices for them. So the second part is because we love Mork. It's part of the family. Many times when people send us a message, how you do guys, and how is Mork? So it's not really easy to just throw away a place that was our home for 8 years, going on 9. And the thing is, I always found the T4 a great van. I mean, engine-wise, and even the Westfalia customization inside, I think it's really great. And why change it? I mean, we never really had big issue in the last 8 years on the road, so it's a van that keep on going, even with many kilometers, many miles on the engine. So that's why. And yes, the turning point, I think, was last year when I went to Florian, the mechanic that actually did the swap of the engine, that you will see in a bit. I asked him, we were talking about the engine, and then just for laughing, I said, well, can you make it a 4x4? And he goes like, yeah. So that was the turning point, because I was always interested to have a 4x4, not really to do crazy things, but to get out from even sometimes simple and easy situation. But as we're heavy, sometimes even a field with some grass, some wet grass in the morning, it can be difficult. So a 4x4 will probably change our kind of travel, so we can even reach places that we never thought we can with a two-wheel drive. So when the mechanic told me that, I was okay, so let's go on board, because it's even possible to have it from two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive. So what else I can have? So that's why we didn't bought another van. We did look, but they were too expensive for us. And I think we're happy with what we have. We just need a little bit more power on the engine, and that's what I will talk you about today. So I went to Florian, that is in the north of Italy, in Bolzano. It's just nearby in a small town called Auer. And is the greatest mechanic for VW, T4 and VW in general. He doesn't have a website, doesn't have a Facebook page, but everybody know him because he's a professional. I spent there 2 months, and I was lucky because he allowed me to go every day inside the workshop and work on the van with him side by side. I learned a lot. It was like, seriously, it was like a school, like a mechanical school. It was great because it's my van, and it's great that I can know better things. I can know a little bit more in depth. We took out the old 1.9 TD engine with only 68 horsepower, and we work from the basic on the new TDI engine. That it comes from a Golf 3, the usually Golf 3 Audi 4, so this is the AFN engine. It usually comes with 110 horsepower, but we're gonna map and remap, and we're gonna probably going to 130 horsepower. Plus, the idea about this engine was to be even more comfortable for long distances, so that's why I ordered and bought the 6th gear to put in a gearbox. So that's the gear you need for highways, and it's just a relaxed gear. It's really fantastic. And then yes, there was the 4x4 conversion. So as well as the van became more powerful, we need to work as well on the axis. So we changed the front and the back. That means that we took some parts from a 2000 VW T4, changed the front one and the back one. So even in the back one, I have now disc brakes with ABS. So that's more safety for us. Especially, it's not just more power, you have also to balance power and safety, because yeah, I can go faster, but I still need to be able to stop the van. So yeah, no, that it was great to be part every day of the daily work of the mechanic. And Florian, it's really a great mechanic also because he spent time to tell me and teach me about things, because every day I ask, so what's this, what's that, how it work, and he just take the time to explain me everything. And I never had a single doubt on the work that he can do, because it's, you know, when you're a professional and you know things, you just can't make it wrong. It just work. And even with some problems, for example, that we have inside the gearbox, because one of the wheel wasn't the right fitting, all the tooth were a little bit different. You know, it's a matter of taking out the parts and check it again, find the problem, and that happens when somebody know what he's doing. So I'm really glad I had that opportunity to learn a lot about the engine and the van as well. So it was really amazing to put my hands and be able to recognize where a problem can be. For example, I change all the pipes for the brakes liquid, the oil, so it wasn't necessary at that time, but I knew, I mean, why stop now and not doing it now when I have the van lifted and the possibility to have a great mechanic that can simply tell me how to do it so I can do it, and that's what I did. It was really 2 months very uncomfortable sleeping wise, because I was in his warehouse, so the only place I can be was in the warehouse. I took down the couch from Mork and I had a couple wheels in the back so I can put the rest of the mattress, and that was my place. But most of the time I spent it in the workshop on the van, get my hands dirty, and that's what I loved about it. So this is pretty much the work we did on work, and so at some point we knew that we have a great van with a pretty much new engine. We speak about less than 100,000 kilometers on this engine, and we start from ground zero. So we start from the body, and then we check all the parts and clean them and make sure that everything we put on this engine is working well. So So we know now that we have a great engine, a van that can just keep on going for miles and miles and years. I got these things in my head for many years. I never really liked the pop-up roof. It's not super comfortable and not super useful when you live full-time. Maybe if you're a weekender, yeah, it's great. Even for a short vacation, yeah, it's really nice things to have. But living full-time, as we don't have any place where to put our stuff, we don't have a home, that's our home. We need for sure more storage place for us. And I always had this idea to change the roof and put a high top roof. So probably we speak about is an idea that, I mean, from maybe 2014, 2015, I mean, it's just there, and we never found the time, the money, and everything together. So, but we decided to go it now. But I think I will tell you more about these in the next video. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching. I hope you like the idea that I will be slowly back on this channel. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I will be back a little bit. Hopefully it will be more interesting when we will start, hopefully, to travel again with our new van, and for sure I will show you a little bit more about the van itself. Take care and hugs. Bye bye and Merry Christmas again.